Before we jump in to find the derivative of each of these functions, we first observe what rule we will be using first. For part A, we see that there is a function inside the absolute value functions. And so we will use the chain rule. F prime of x equals, to use the chain rule, we pretend that the inner function or whatever inside another function is one block, and we keep that block intact for now. And so think of this as the absolute value. And so what is the derivative of the absolute value function? It is the absolute value over the same input, and that input, that inner block, is negative x cubed plus 5x, negative x cubed plus 5x. Remember that the derivative of the absolute value of x is the absolute value of x over x. But we will need to multiply the derivative of this inner function, which is negative 3x squared plus 5. And so the final answer is negative 3x squared plus 5, parentheses around it, the absolute value of negative x cubed plus 5x over negative x cubed plus 5x. For part B, we see that this is a constant multiple of a power negative 1/2 function. And then inside this power function is a product, but the outermost function is a power. And so we will use the power rule first. To make things simple, we might let u be x plus 1 times x squared minus 1, which is the inner function. And so we rewrite g of x as 2 times u to the negative 1/2. This is much simpler. G prime of x is 2 times, using the power rule, we bring down the negative 1/2 power, rewrite u, and we lower the power negative 1/2 by 1. Negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 3 over 2. But this is u, not x, so we would need to multiply du dx. But what is du dx? We will find out. This is not the final answer yet. The final answer will be 2 cancelled out 2, so we have negative 1 over u to the 3/2 power. And then we multiplied du over dx, whatever du over dx is. But what is du over dx? It is the derivative of u. And so we go back to this u here, and we say, now how do we find the derivative of u? This is the product, and so we would use the product rule. We prime the first factor, the derivative of x plus 1 is 1. The derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of 1 is 0. We multiply the second factor, not the derivative, plus, for the second term, we keep the first factor x plus 1, and we multiply the derivative of the second factor. The derivative of x squared minus 1 is 2x minus 0, or simply 2x. Simplifying this, we have x squared minus 1, where we multiply 1 to x squared and to negative 1. And then we distribute 2x to get 2x squared plus 2x. This will give us 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. But this is du dx. And so the answer is negative. Du dx is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 over u to the power 3/2. But what is u? u is x plus 1 times x squared minus 1. We will need the extra set of parentheses around these two factors.